Marietta College. $1,200 of your closest friends across 100 acres. This is home.
Coming up today on WCMO NewsCenter 15, thousands more U.S. troops are heading to the Middle East.
And JetBlue has raised its checked bag fees.
Stay with us. Those stories and more are coming up on WCMO NewsCenter 15. Hello and welcome to today's edition of WCMO NewsCenter 15. I'm Denise Wolfter.
And I'm CJ Will. Topping our news story today.
U.S. gas prices jumped past an average of $4 a gallon for the first time since 2022 on Tuesday, as the Iran war continues to push fuel prices higher worldwide. According to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular gasoline is now $4.02, over $1 more expensive than it was before the war began on February 28th. That's the largest monthly jump that the Motor Club has seen on record, and the last time U.S. drivers were collectively paying this much at the pump was nearly 4 years ago, following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The price is a national average, meaning drivers in some states have been paying well over $4 a gallon for a while now. Prices vary between states due to factors ranging from nearby supply to differing tax rates.
Tiger Woods was arrested Friday for a car crash in Florida. It was at least his fourth auto-related incident involving the golfer, and the second in which he was charged with driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Woods showed signs of impairment and was arrested at the scene of the crash, in which he struck another vehicle and rolled his Land Rover not far from his home, Jupiter Island. He did a breathalyzer test which came out negative, but refused to take a urine test. Neither Woods nor the person in the other vehicle were injured. Woods was charged Friday with driving under the influence with property damage and refusal to submit a lawful test, both misdemeanors. I wonder what the weather looks like.
Zach is here with the current conditions. What's going on outside right now, Zach?
Thank you, Denise. The weather right now, this is going to be the last day that's going to be good. Right now it is 49 and it feels like 46. It is a little bit rainy. And the low today is going to be 36 in the morning and night. The UV is low, the air quality is exactly 9, and then the pollen count is very low. So it's a little bit colder today, but the next few days are going to be rainy, as we're going to see later. The sunrise was 7:05 today, with the sunset being 7:36, with humidity of 16% and a little bit of wind, but not too much, with 3 miles per hour. And of course, as I mentioned, there's going to be a little bit of rain for the rest of the week moving forward. But we will talk about that when I do the weather halfway through the show. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thousands of additional U.S. troops are heading to the Middle East as the Trump administration has insisted that progress has been made in talks with Iran and has threatened to escalate the war if a deal is not reached soon. The aircraft carrier USS George H.W. Bush deployed Tuesday and is slated to go to the Middle East along with 3 destroyers, 2 U.S. officials said. The carrier strike group consists of more than 6,000 sailors. It comes as thousands of soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division also have begun arriving in the Middle East. According to two other U.S. officials, who, like the others, spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss sensitive military plans.
U.S. carrier JetBlue has raised its checked bag fees by as much as $9 as the war in Iran disrupts global oil supplies and increases fuel prices. The new fees took effect Monday. For most of domestic economy passengers, the first checked bag now costs up to $39, up from $35 during peak travel times such as April, spring breaks, major holidays, and the summer. Passengers will have to pay $49 instead of $40, the airline said. The airline, which has its flagship terminal at New York's John F. Kennedy International Airport, said in an emailed statement to the Associated Press on Tuesday that charging more for optional services used by select customers would allow it to keep its fares competitive.
Coming up, Parkersburg Coin Club's latest show includes cards and antiques.
And actor James Tolkien of Top Gun and Back to the Future fame dies at 94.
All this and more after the break.
At Marietta College, teamwork goes beyond athletics. At Marietta, we promote individuality, creativity, and resilience. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are Pile Nation. This is the time, this is the place. We are pioneers. We are Marietta College.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I think it goes around.
Let's go. We gotta get you a practice.
And it's set!
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable. Colon cancer is common and deadly, but that's also preventable. The Alliance is doing its part to end colorectal cancer. Now do yours. Get involved. And if you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor about the colon cancer screening options available to you. Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more. Oh boy.
Yeah!
From gold and silver to baseball cards and antiques, the Parkersburg Coin Club's latest show brought together 19 collectors and dealers from across the region for a day of buying, selling, and trading at the Marietta Knights of Columbus Hall. The presidents of the Parkersburg Coin Club said they sponsor this event 2 or 3 times a year. They had dealers from Tennessee, Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania.
Actor James Tolkien, known for his roles as a cigar-chomping naval commander in Top Gun and a gruff high school administrator in Back to the Future, has died. He was 94. Tolkien died Thursday in Lake Placid, New York, where he lived. A brief obituary published on the Back to the Future website said Tolkien died peacefully, but no cause of death was given in Back to the Future. Tolkien portrayed the bow-tie-wearing Vice Principal Gerald Strickland, who eyeballed students for trouble in the halls of the fictitious High Valley High School, in particular Marty McFly, played by Michael J. Fox.
The people who toiled night and day to put astronauts on the moon during Apollo are thrilled that NASA is finally going back. They just wish these Artemis moonshots had happened sooner while more of Apollo's workforce was still alive. Now in their 80s and 90s, the dwindling survivors of NASA's greatest generation would also like to see more enthusiasm for Artemis. So few of them are left from the original 400,000 that no reunion is planned to celebrate the upcoming Artemis 2 flight around the moon by 4 astronauts as soon as April 1st. Those living near Florida's Kennedy Space Center will be able to watch the launch from their backyards.
Israelis with Android phones received a text offering a link to real-time information about bomb shelters. But instead of a helpful app, The link downloaded spyware giving hackers access to the device's camera, location, and all of its data. The operation showed sophisticated coordination and is just the latest tactic in a cyber conflict that pits the U.S. and Israel against Iran and its digital proxies. As Iran and its supporters seek to use their cyber capabilities to compensate for their military disadvantages, they are demonstrating how disinformation, artificial intelligence, and hacking are now ingrained in modern warfare.
Coming up, a wolf attacks a woman in Germany.
And Sugar, the surfing dog, passed away after battling cancer.
Stay with us.
We are currently experiencing some warm temperatures this week. All the details with your 5-day forecast and the flooding information coming up after the break. Please stay with us.
Mo.
This Movember, the moustache is calling once more. Raise funds, save lives. Sign up at Movember.com.
There's a place for everyone at Marietta College. Our place is here as esports competitors. This is Marietta College Esports.
A wolf bit a woman in a shopping area in Hamburg before it was pulled out of a lake in Germany's second biggest city. Authorities said in what is believed to be the first such attack since wolves returned to the country in 1998. The fire service said that the woman was taken to a Hamburg hospital after the unusual encounter on Monday evening. German news agency DPA reported there was no immediate information on her condition Tuesday, and police didn't detail where she was bitten. It also wasn't clear what led to the attack.
Sugar, the surfing dog, the first canine inducted into the Surfers Hall of Fame, who spent her days outside the water comforting veterans as a dedicated therapy dog, died Monday after battling cancer. The 16-year-old rescue dog from Huntington Beach, California, was a 5-time dog surfing world champion. Died in her daddy's arms, a post on her Instagram said. Dressed in a life jacket, spectators would watch the furry white canine in amazement as she balanced on her surfboard, riding wave after wave back to the shore, sometimes with her owner Ryan Rustin by her side and other times all on her own.
A contestant in the Miss Grand Thailand pageant is gaining widespread attention online after an unexpected runway performance captured millions of viewers. Nalin, a participant in the national competition, broke from the traditional pageant walk during her segment on stage. The audience responded immediately with cheers, and clips of the moment quickly spread across social media platforms. Within hours, videos of her performance accumulated millions of views, with many praising her confidence and originality. Although Nalin did not take home the crown, her performance has been widely described as one of the most memorable moments of the event. Let's move on to Hollywood now. Today we get a sneak peek at Universal Studios Hollywood Park's Fast and Furious ride.
The DC Universe is in full swing. We'll tell you what's new.
Here's Juliana with the scoop with our Hollywood Minute.
Hi everyone. Do you love roller coasters and the Fast and Furious? Well, you'll get to combine those with a new roller coaster at Universal Studios Hollywood this summer. The ride, called Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, will get riders going up speeds of up to 72 miles per hour on an aerial track stretching the length of 12 football fields. Universal just unveiled the full line of coaster cars: a Mazda RX-7, a Nissan Skyline GT-R, a Toyota Supra, and Dominic Toretto's famed Dodge Charger. And a new teaser trailer is giving us our first look at HBO Max's Green Lantern series, Lanterns. And it looks like we're going to get a more grounded, gritty take on the DC superhero. Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre star in the new series, which has the original Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, teaming up with new recruit Jon Stewart to investigate a murder in Nebraska. Lanterns begins streaming in August. That's all I have from Hollywood for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Juliana. I wonder what the temperatures will look like next week.
Well, Zach is here with the details. What can we expect from Mother Nature for the rest of this week?
Thank you guys very much. So as we're looking at the weather map over here, we have a huge stretch of rain. We have a bunch of pink in the Great Lakes region, and it's stretching down throughout the full entire more eastern part of the Midwest, and all of that is going to be heading into our direction in the neighborhood in the next few days. So as we see right here, right now in Marietta, we are pretty clear with some showers up in New York, but as we can see in the corner, there's a little bit of showers coming our way from Chicago. And then right now we're looking at some pretty clear skies, so no rain for us today, but in the 5-day forecast, the rain is going to be coming up for the next few days. So as for tomorrow, Friday, we're expecting a high of 78 with a low of 64. And again, rainy conditions from the rain that is currently in the Great Lakes region. It's going to be moving down to us. That's going to continue with humidity rising, as we're going to have a high of 81 and a low of 62 for Saturday. And then on Sunday, for our churchgoers, we're going to have a high of 64, a low of 42, and rainy, so they're going to cool down a little bit at the end of the rainfall. As Monday, the rain's finally going to stop. We're going to get a little bit of that break. It's going to be partly sunny skies, but it's going to get colder with a high of 54 and a low of 36. And then our final day of the 5-day forecast, this is going to be the coldest day, partly sunny with a high of 46 and a low of 34 for Tuesday. So while it seems like spring now with a little bit of the spring showers and the warmer weather, it's still going to be a little bit cold coming into next week. I will be back later in the broadcast for an update with our flood information. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Zach. When we come back, Lee will join us with an update from the world of sports.
See you in a few.
Let's do this! Yeah! There's something stirring up inside of me I never felt before. Doesn't it make you right? Now that I'm with you, sparks are flying loose, fireworks go off in my brain.
We always support you at Girl Scouts.
When I look up the stars,
We're together, we can do big things.
everything's better with you.
Make it your year of friendship at Girl Scouts.
I never chew tobacco.
I don't drink much.
Never smoked a cigarette in my life.
HPV. Isn't that about cervical cancer?
What does that have to do with oral cancer?
HPV. Didn't know that.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us now for sports is Lee.
Lee, tell us about it.
Thanks, guys. Defending champion Arsenal carries a 2-goal lead into Wednesday's second leg against Chelsea in their Women's National League quarterfinal after a 3-1 first leg win in a historic London derby. Though Chelsea has overturned a similar deficit before against Manchester City, Arsenal coach Renee Sledger says it's only halftime as their team looks to secure a semi-final against Wolfsburg or Lyon, where Manchester United heads to Germany trailing Bayern Munich 3-2, with Bayern unbeaten at home against English teams in the winner set to face Barcelona or Real Madrid. Nelly Korda handled tougher afternoon conditions Friday with ease, firing a 7-under 65 to post the lowest 36-hole score of her LPGA Tour career and to take a 2-shot lead at the midway point of the Ford Championship at Whirlwind Golf Club. Despite missing a short birdie putt late, she followed a strong opening round with steady chances and confident putting. Said she's staying focused even after small mistakes, and at a 16-under, she leads defending champion Hyo Jung Kim, who shot a 69 after an early stumble and is paired with Korda for the 4th straight round after edging her out last week at the Founders Cup. Now on to Marietta. Marietta College split a non-conference softball doubleheader at Denison on Tuesday, winning the opener 6-4 before falling 1-0 in the pitcher's duel, moving to 13-9 on the season while Denison stands at 8-12. The Pioneers built an early lead in Game 1 and held off late rally behind a solo homer from Katie Sweeney and RBIs from Addison Heath and Emily Johnson, while Ayanna Hancock earned the win and in the game against Denison scratched across the only run in the 6th inning despite a complete game effort from Marietta's Kylie Cobb and Madeline Moffitt, tossed a 2-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts to secure the split. Lastly, Marietta College women's golf team placed 5th at the Michigan Invitational at Cambridge Country Club, finishing with a team score of 758 behind tournament winner Otterbein. While Baldwin Wallace was 2nd and Worcester and Muskam tied for 3rd, Otterbein's Alexa Luby earned medalist honors with a 159, and Marietta was led by Evie Gravelin, who tied for 12th with a 179, followed by Addison Jackson with a tie for 15th, Madeline Ebersbach and Alyssa Tomlinson in 23rd and 24th, and Kara Roxbury as the Pioneers prepared to complete next at the Polar Bear Classic. That's all I have from the world of sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lee. And back at the desk with us is Zach for a last look at the forecast and floods.
All right, guys, so there was a very eventful day yesterday. I'm sure, as both of you guys know, it hailed a little bit the other day. As for the hail was about the size of a ping pong ball or about a quarter, around that type of size. The largest I've personally seen is like a little bit bigger than the ping pong ball, like a golf ball more. Like it's just slightly bigger, but not like that much bigger, but it's still very effectful. I was showering when that happened, but I heard a lot of screaming. People were very freaked out about the hail, but very minimal damage was done at all. And then, of course, as for the flooding, right now on Marietta College campus, the Goose Creek is a little bit flooded, so certain areas on campus are flooded. And with the storms yesterday, it caused power outages throughout Marietta. I was going to get Papa John's yesterday, but they were closed due to the power outage, as well as most of Pike Street there. So I had to settle for Red Baron Pizza. And then as for the flooding, right now, the Ohio River, according to the NOAA, is at 25 feet. And over the rain for the next few days, it is going to rise up to 28 feet, which is not a worry because the Ohio River for Marietta starts to flood at 33 feet. So the Ohio River is not going to flood at all. All that we've got to really worry about is the creek, which right now, it's flooding like a few parking spots, but really nothing major. Ain't nobody got to move their car. As long as you just step away from the water, you'll be fine. And then as for the Wi-Fi and the power, it's back on mostly everywhere. They sent an email that there was a few Wi-Fi issues in the DBRC and a few select other areas on campus, but just try to avoid that. The internet's back in the dorm, so everything is A-okay in Marietta today.
That's a relief. And that is all for us today. We thank you for joining us and have a great week from all of us here at WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting. Thanks again for joining us.